There's the on air.
There's the on air. How's YouTube looking? All right. It says excellent. We're doing this.
Okay.
Welcome to Grawlix Nights, the Grawlix Podcast live show. I'm Randy.
I'm Jesse.
And Melanie is sitting in the other room, actually, but she's going to go to sleep soon, so she will not be on the show tonight. What's up? You enjoying some of that overabundance of Chinese food we have over here? Jesse,
I wish
this is your fault. I didn't even know that was a story until 3 minutes ago. Otherwise, this show would not have been political.
This show, we could have avoided politics entirely. That's a lie. There's no way we would have avoided it entirely.
You can't throw something about Chinese food out and not have me.
Hey, it's not me. That's our president, man. If he's not thinking about food, he's probably asleep in the middle of a meeting.
I mean, I guess you gotta. Does he still post on social media all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Like late at night?
Like at 2 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When normal people sleep, he's awake doing that. And when normal people are awake during a meeting, he's fast asleep. He can even do it standing up. Like, that's the really impressive thing. It's like I would fall right over if I was falling asleep while standing up. But
I fully get being a night owl.
Like a horse.
I fully get being a night owl, but you think he would, like, if you're the president, I mean, normal people with normal jobs, you have to get used to a certain schedule. He's the president. You think he'd acclimatize to it at some point instead of being up.
Yeah, but he never had a normal job.
Oh, that's a good
Being
point.
a rich dude is not a normal job.
That's a good point. You're absolutely right. Man. It's almost like we shouldn't, I don't know.
He's just more rich now, so he's even less normal.
Right. It's almost like the people who don't have any concept of what the real world is actually like shouldn't be running the real world.
That's weird.
It's a weird thing to say.
It's a hot take. That's what you get on the Grawlix Nights, is the hotter takes. We save all that normal stuff for the podcast.
Yeah. That's why the podcast is never out anymore.
That's why there's no podcast. There's no normal stuff, guys.
Oh my
gosh. We're not sorry. We're weird. We're a hot take show for you.
Listen, supply and demand. And if you demand it,
right,
we're supplying it, just maybe not where you want it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's demanding it. We don't get a lot of demands.
There's no demand.
We don't get a lot of demands. So we just supply it.
Well, our supply is appropriate then.
That's right. We demand that you just take our supply. I don't know where that's going at all. Yeah,
it's okay.
We'll just leave it there. Here's your supply.
Speaking of supply and demand, actually, first, how have you been? How you doing?
I think you asked me, but great.
Did I?
I'm fine.
You know what? I don't care anymore. I already
nothing
asked
wrong
you.
with the world. Fine. It's fine.
Who is this show for? It's too early to be asking that question.
For?
So I don't have a ton to say, but there is one news item that caught my eye. It's actually relevant to something we usually talk about. And
maybe AMC.
Yeah. AMC Plus acquires exclusive U.S. streaming rights to Doctor Who. That's for New Who. That's 2005.
So everything that isn't like, are they going to get the new episodes?
Yes.
Oh, they are going to get the new episodes. Wait. Okay.
You know what? I thought so, but maybe not.
All the images have just been like old doctors, and I don't even know that they showed Jodie at all. I don't think that they showed 14. That doesn't mean they won't get those.
Oh, I think I read something conflicting earlier, because what I'm seeing here, and this is according to DoctorWho.tv, the 2005 to 2022 episodes. That's 13 seasons.
So that would
That would
Oh,
include Jody. It wouldn't
be
be the Disney Plus stuff, huh?
okay. Yeah, it wouldn't be the Disney Plus stuff at all. In
Oh,
fact, when you said 13, I was like, oh, is that include past Capaldi or? But yeah, you're right.
13 seasons. Yeah. It'll be all the modern ones except for the Disney Plus stuff. Interesting. I thought I think I read something that was not correct earlier today, or maybe I just assumed. Weird. Okay. Huh. Well, there's something. AMC Plus.
So I'm assuming that Doctor Who will basically be a BBC thing again.
Right. I seen somebody asking on Reddit or something is like, so does that mean it's going to start running on BBC America now? Because that's I'm guessing AMC related network. But
well, I don't know why it wouldn't anyways.
I don't think it was
still BBC, right? Like in the past, back in the David Tennant, Matt Smith era, BBC America would run it. Pretty sure
but I don't
what
think
I watched the 50th on.
Yeah, but I don't think the Disney Plus stuff was not on BBC America anyway.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, I would assume that the rights reverted back to BBC.
Right. AMC Plus. Man, that is a streaming service I do not want.
I mean, really, the main things on there would be The Walking Dead, and I don't see myself watching all those spinoffs.
I guess you do get access to Shudder, like all the Shudder content, which is something in the past I've had on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't know if that's worth it for me to add, because AMC Plus I don't think is that particularly cheap either at this point.
No, I don't think so either.
Everything,
because TNA Wrestling has one of my favorite wrestlers on it right now, which is the Hardys. Because I love what Matt Hardy does with his broken character, his broken Matt Hardy gimmick, and they're kind of leaning into that right now again. So I mean, like that's one reason I might get AMC Plus, but that's really the only thing. That and I suppose Doctor Who now. So I assume that means that it's going to be like it's off of HBO. Is it off HBO now? Like, is it already left?
Let me find out. AMC Plus, at least the website's telling me. I know they kind of run regional deals sometimes, but you can get a year for $30.
Oh, that's not bad. Which is a year,
which is kind of crazy. Now I don't know if that's
than Dropout. That's cheaper than Dropout TV.
And now I don't know if that's with ads
like
or
an
not.
Introductory thing.
That's definitely like an introductory thing. After that, it'll go back up. It says the regular price is like $109 if you're doing yearly.
Woof.
What is that monthly? It's like $11. Okay,
still,
it's like $11.
Almost Netflix. That's what. Well, I guess I don't know what Netflix costs right now.
Netflix is up to 20.
Whew.
20.
I need to be watching more Netflix to make that worth it.
Yeah, we don't have it currently. $30 a year. I mean, that's going to be the first year. If you don't like it, you're going to have to like pay attention and cancel it before it renews in a year. But
right. But that's not a bad deal.
That's not a bad deal.
Not at all.
I pay more for that. I pay more than that a month for Disney Plus and Hulu and HBO Max.
If I'm not careful, I'll pay more than that on a lunch.
Right. That's a good point. When is Interview with a Vampire coming back for the next season? That would be worth it. It's
supposed to be coming soon. They've been teasing it.
$30 a year. I might have to drop $30 all of a sudden.
That's right. I forgot about them.
Yeah, because
then there's the Talamasca series. There's the Mayfair Witches on that whole universe.
Don't make me try to.
That starts sounding a little better once you start factoring that in.
I don't know why I have to sign into that every time. I'll just open it on my phone. What am I looking for? Doctor Who on HBO. That's right.
Right. That's right.
This is fascinating streaming, I'm sure.
Yeah, we listen to us just Google searching things.
You know what, though? I will watch people do, I don't know, streams or whatever. And it's like, they'll say something like, I don't know if that's the case. And it's like, dude, Google, you could know in 5 seconds. Like, I know you're like,
right. Yeah.
I know you're doing a thing. Like, it'd be annoying if it was like you derailed an ongoing conversation in a podcast or something to Google something. But like in this type of scenario where we're just kind of shooting the breeze, Google it, get the right information. Yeah. Why not?
You could, I mean, yeah, multitasking is a thing, but like, or not, it's not a good thing, but it's a thing. And there's 2 of us. So like I can be vamping right now while you're staring at your phone. And then it doesn't have to be awkward. I don't have to draw attention to it like I just did. But you know, and then, it's a good thing this isn't on video, because especially since we're not on video. Like,
it's not coming up. So yeah, I think it's off HBO.
No. Okay. Well, I knew it was coming. I guess I just didn't think about it. That's too bad, because like I always think I should jump back in. I was watching, you know, the end of Peter Capaldi's run, you know, like that whole scene where he sees Claire again, because whatever Bill Potts is in that last episode is not really Bill Potts, it's some memory or whatever. And then the bald dude pops in, and it was like, man, Peter Capaldi was good. He's so good.
Right.
You know, we were blessed to have him as long as we did.
It's my favorite Doctor.
You know, like in these other ones, they just don't hang around. Was it Whitaker? We got her for 2 seasons, sort of 2.5, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say 3, but Flux was like, that was like 6 episodes, wasn't it?
It wasn't really a season,
right? And Shooty, two pretty short episodes.
Yeah.
I wonder, well, no, it's got to be totally like Disney's Cold Feet. And then he's just like, they had to address.
I'm in the prime of my life. I got to make money now while I'm me, you know.
Yeah, I can't be passing up stuff for something for a network or for a whatever that looks like it's not going to happen.
Right. I'll just come back and make some big finishes when I get old.
Right. Dude, job for life right there. I mean, I don't know how much they make doing that, but that's potentially
Tom Baker is still doing it. And dude's like almost 100 now.
That's potentially a gig for a real long time.
Yeah. I don't think that Tom Baker's doing much of anything other than Big Finish, you know? And I'm sure they just let him take as long as he needs to.
He is so old. He's well beyond retirement.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm shocked when they say that they're coming out with another 4th Doctor thing, because I'm like, what? Speaking of Big Finish,
he's
they're
90.
finishing.
He's 92.
He's 90 what?
92 years old.
Yeah, he looks it too.
Okay.
Speaking of,
he doesn't look a day over 95.
I know, man. He looks old. Like, oof. It doesn't help that Dick Van Dyke's ruining it for everyone. Like, Dick Van Dyke just like looks like he's like, I'm fine. I look like I'm 70. I'm like, stop it, Dick Van Dyke. We know, we get it. Chimney Chim Cheru.
Right. I'm sorry. What were you trying to say when I
don't remember. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Big Finish, they just announced that they're ending their monthly range of Torchwood, which kind of makes me sad, but I also haven't been listening to it in a while. But like the Torchwood range is good. And they had a picture of the actor that plays Yanto, like next to the Yanto shrine, which is a thing. So,
and I think they're taking that down soon too, actually.
I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Like, speaking of people who got canceled, like, dang it, John Barrowman. I mean, RTD's going to need things to write again. He could easily go back to Torchwood. some of his best stuff was Torchwood when he wrote it.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke's 100.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude's he's still got it, man.
It's crazy.
But he's like, he works out and all sorts of crazy stuff. So working out, that's crazy.
So the classic series you can watch a bunch of places. It's still on those. I don't know if it's on demand on those free view type channels, but like Pluto TV and maybe
I think
like they have
it on BritBox. I think you can get almost all of it on BritBox.
Right. Okay.
If you wanted to go that route.
Right.
But yeah, like you say, they've got it on Pluto. They've got it on a lot of it on their YouTube channel now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Why not? That's kind of the way to go. Like if you want to keep, I feel like especially something that old, you know, some of that stuff that's that old, make it super easy to access. I feel like that would help the brand. I would think that would help brand awareness. And then if you want to make money, do like they do, where they do revamped versions every so often, or whatever, remastered versions or box sets. Like you're always gonna have collectors to pay too much money to get that stuff. But yeah.
So I'm curious how this works with TV. Because we just had Steamboat Willie, the Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's public domain now in the United States. And I think it's like, was it 75 years after the death of someone, of the creator or whatever? Mm-hmm. So Doctor Who's been around. We're in our 60s now, right? And I don't know how this works because it's also an international property. Is there going to be a point where it's like it's considered public domain and other people can just make their own Doctor Who stories? And then like who created it?
I think that's the thing. Who owns the character or the story of the character? The police box, I know that was an issue. I don't know that anybody owns. I don't know. I feel like they'd still come after you if you're like monetizing a TARDIS figure or something. But I know the police over there tried to come after the BBC at one point, and the BBC's like, "We can use this. You're police. Right. You're not like a company or something."
Right. That's a publicly whatever thing.
But then if you look at like the first serial, the first Doctor, the very first episodes, they had to pull because the rights to maybe the story or something was owned by somebody specific, and them or their estate was like, no, we need more money if you're going to keep using this. So they had to pull some of the episodes at some point.
Oh, really? Like Unearthly Child is gone because of rights. Oh, I thought there was a different reason for that. Like the portrayal.
No, it was something to do with like rights. And then think about the Daleks, like the situation with the Daleks where they've kind of been on loan this whole time. Like, I don't know. Like, on the one hand, whatever the deals they had worked out before seemed to be more beneficial to like the individual creators who had a hand in these things. And I feel like companies now, and probably for a long time now, I don't know. I feel like a company owns a lot of property, and it's less like who actually. I don't know where Doctor Who falls in that. The character, and then would it be specific incarnations of the character?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the first Doctor would be the first one to
but
be
you probably couldn't just use his like straight up likeness, because then you're getting into using the actor's likeness.
Right. No, but you could like conceivably create your own run of Doctor Who.
Right, right.
Like starting with your version of the new first Doctor.
This is the Doctor. This is
the Doctor. But then you probably couldn't introduce regeneration as a thing Like regeneration would then be a
Right.
second Doctor construct,
Concepts
right?
would get like the different story concepts would get like divvied out, possibly. It's kind of like the whole why Friday the 13th had been in such a limbo for such a long time because of lawsuit stuff. And then it ended up, well, this company here now owns what we all know as Jason, the recognizable Jason, but Jason Voorhees and the story of Pamela Voorhees, like the actual origin story of Jason, that's owned by the guy who wrote the original script now. And so these are two separate things, and they can only come together to make something if both parties agree. I mean, you can get Friday the 13th.
It's such a bizarre thought that, like, you know, I don't know if we'll be around to see it, but like conceivably, you know, like there's been this whole like reboot thing forever and ever and ever. But like then there's other things like Dracula and Nosferatu and you know, Sherlock Holmes and those Peter Pan, those kinds of things that have been just rebooted to death because they can, because it's public domain. It's you know, it's just fair game for humanity at large. So like it's just going to get worse in theory. In theory, it's going to get worse or better, or I don't know what, you know, because think about how many Sherlock Holmes things there have been, and most of them just don't even hit your radar because like you really got to Stephen Moffat, Mark Gatiss, the whole thing in order to really catch anyone's attention, you know, like yeah, or you have to be Gary Oldman in a Dracula. You got to be some kind of a what's his name? A Skarsgård. You got to be a Skarsgård,
right,
to Nosferatu that thing.
Right. Nosferatu, I always found there's such a novelty to it, to the like whole concept that it's Nosferatu because they couldn't get the rights to Dracula. That's so like novel to me because Dracula's been public domain as long as we've been alive. Like,
right.
The idea at some point it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. But it's technically Nosferatu shouldn't exist because they were ordered to destroy all copies of that film. So
like what like Frankenstein, like were there a bunch of like wannabe knockoffs of that too? Like was there the Lake Placid of of Frankensteins out there?
I bet it, and it's also that comes into another interesting thing where this is not something that people don't know, but like if you're going to do a Frankenstein, make sure your design doesn't look like the Universal Studios version. Don't put the bolts in the same place because they have that specific look. They own that.
Yes, yeah.
Of course, they don't own Frankenstein.
And that's not quite, but that'll be public domain before too long. But I would think, because how old is that? That's
pretty old.
It's got to be getting close. You know, Bela Lugosi's Dracula has got to be getting close because Nick Cage just straight up did it. I don't know if that was a Universal Studios movie.
Yeah,
maybe it was.
It was, but I feel like that's generic enough that it'd be hard for them to point to like this is our specific look.
Right.
Frankenstein, it's maybe a little easier.
Look, everybody in Transylvania dresses like that, so
right.
you can't copyright that. You can't trademark a cape.
That's just a fancy old timey man.
That's right. Eddie Munster got away with it. So
yo.
Yeah.
And then like Winnie the Pooh is now public domain, but do not put Winnie the Pooh in a red shirt because that's
no, he's not allowed to wear shirts apparently.
Right.
I saw someone, ironically, before the stream, I saw someone did like a Winnie the Pooh and Tigger thing because now Tigger's also in.
Right.
He's joined in public domain. So for a while there, you could have Winnie the Pooh, but you couldn't have Tigger too. But now Tigger has joined them all too. And it was like, man, it was kind of like Winnie the Pooh if Winnie the Pooh were kind of like Batman, like ultimate Batman too. Like with the, was it Ultimate? Absolute Batman with the
right?
spike.
Yeah.
You know, and Tigger looked kind of like a scarecrow kind of thing. Like I was like, whoa, that's creepy. That's kind of rad.
Popeye's in the public domain now, and I only know that because, of course, somebody cranked out a terrible horror movie about Popeye. And it's like Winnie the Pooh.
Do it immediately.
Winnie the Pooh, I at least can get like the jump. Let's take this character, this beloved children's children's story character, and do a horror movie around him because we can now. Popeye, it doesn't make it makes no sense.
What about Betty Boop then? Of course we can do it. We can do it. Because isn't Betty Boop now also in public domain?
Oh, I think so. That or maybe just there's a weird early version of her where she's like a dog. That might be in, but yeah.
That didn't age well. Come on.
No, I mean literally she's drawn like as if she's a dog.
That's amazing and horrible.
Yeah. So okay, well that's, you know what? That's Adobe, or that's Google's AI rundown. Let's go to PBS. PBS.org. I trust that. Betty Boop, Blondie, and Nancy Drew enter the public domain in 2026. Okay, so
Nancy Drew. When do we get the Hardy Boys? We could write our own Hardy Boy novels. That'd be great.
Hold on.
I can't wait for all the like reboot movies of Nancy Drew. Didn't they try that once? I think there was a Nancy Drew movie.
So I think, where is it pulling that information? 1930. I mean, here, yeah. Betty Boop began as dog. Seriously. That's what this article says. But I think that's the version that is currently public domain, the like anthropomorphic version of her.
Crazy. So like all these people are like, oh, I can't wait for that new Betty Boop horror movie. And then there's a dog and they'll be like, what?
What is this? Betty Boop horror movie? What would that actually be?
It would be Jennifer's Body. Only with a
right. It'd
be Jennifer's Body.
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah.
Just like, any movie with a killer lady.
But don't dress her like Megan Fox.
Right.
Megan Fox is not in the public domain. Neither is Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, the
but
human,
it's basically that.
The human like Betty Boop that we all associate with Betty Boop, that's still copyrighted.
What are you gonna do? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
Public domain. We're doing this is audio only, right? Thank God. Okay.
She got that dog in her. That's a saying?
It is a saying.
What that saying means.
Oh, that's such a bad picture of her out here. Oh wait, we don't have like it. Oh, we do have like a chat in here. But can I paste a picture? No, it doesn't matter. Like she looks like Betty Boop, but also like just with a dog face and long floppy
Betty
ears.
Boop dog in image search.
Yeah, that'll pull it up. It should anyway.
What? That's crazy.
Is that what you search, Betty Boop dog?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's nuts. She's got jowls.
Jowls. The jowls. Yeah.
This is the jowls, man. It's like they gave her like a bulldog type of thing. Why would you do that? You can kind of see how they morphed it into the design of things, but like,
right.
What a weird idea. Like the original furry concept, you know?
Right, because like she still has like Betty Boop body.
She's still like a person sort of. Yeah. She's got the same dress, exact same dress, basically same haircut too. That weird like what would you call that? Coiffed? I don't know. type of curls.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of a flapper look.
Yeah. Definitely pulling on that. I don't know. I always thought like I would go down that road. I have some like comics back here where there's like an anthology of people taking public domain superheroes and writing stories for them. And like, I think, I think you could do that, but also it's really hard to break out with anything that's public domain unless you're already a name yourself. That's why someone
Right.
like, that's why a Gary Oldman Dracula is going to hit. That's why Stephen Moffat can hit it big with a Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock. So,
well, that's kind of like, yeah, and that's kind of like the thing, right? Part of the appeal is like, well, this is a known property, and if if it's a proven track record, you look at what all the corporations do, like they really only want to invest on stuff that's a known property because that's how you.
Right.
But you're right. It's the problem of like, first off, how known is it anymore if it's public domain and nobody's doing anything with it? Or if they are doing something with it, is it more associated with this other thing? The other thing is like, it's probably going to be pretty dated. So you're going to have to do something to make it fresh. And at a certain point,
or you're Disney.
Right.
Or you're Disney and you just do it, but it's an animated feature and you get some big name to be the voiceover actor for it, or it's Hook and you get Robin Williams to be your lead character and you put Julia Roberts in fairy costume.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Dustin Hoffman.
But like as a smaller creator, like, yeah, I like the appeal, but at a certain point it's like, does it make a huge difference if like, I guess it depends how much you're developing. Unless you find a public domain character that you're like, I love this character or I love this story. At a certain point, it's like, should I just go with my own original thing? Because it's going to be an uphill battle to get people's eyes on it anyway.
Yeah. And then it only gets those eyeballs on it if you get the right like creative team around it.
Right.
Because I don't know who wrote Hook, but it's Hook because it's Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, and Julia Roberts. That's why it's Hook.
And Spielberg behind the camera. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like somebody wrote it. Maybe it was Spielberg. I don't know. Probably not though.
Probably not.
Director.
Hook, 1991 writer. And I didn't know the year off the top of my head. That Google popped it up. This is a Google episode, everybody.
Yeah, Google episode.
The film was written by James V. Hart and Malia Scotch Marmo. I loved Hook.
Oh, Hook's great. As far as like public domain ideas, like I often think of Peter Pan as being the one that's like nobody can ever get it right, but they did. It was Hook,
And they did the thing of like, it's not just the Peter Pan story again. There's some twist. Pan's old and he's forgotten. And he's like an accountant or something, so it's some boring thing. But he's also Robin Williams. So,
kill the accountant. Kill the lawyer. I'm not that kind of lawyer.
Rufio.
So oh, there you are, Peter.
I seen Hook in the theaters when it came out. I think I went with my grandma. I think my grandma took me to that. I know for sure she took me to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which would have been pretty close to the same time. 88. Oh, 88. Dude, I was like 6, maybe.
Oh, wow. You're like a kindergartner. Like, let me count the ways.
I remember it vividly.
I do. Not bad. She's just drawn like that.
Right. Patty cake. Even a 6-year-old's like, what are they doing? That's weird. What's that? They're not doing it right. Anyway.
And then that baby, man. You shouldn't give cigars to a baby.
Right. What are we talking about? Public domain stuff.
We just went down a rabbit hole of Doctor Who stuff, and then I took us down the public domain route, and that's how we got here. Now we're talking about public domain stuff, because what if Doctor Who ever became public domain?
Right, that's it. Also, I don't know what the laws are over there, because it's different. It's different in every country. I know, like, there's some. I honestly don't know how, like, in terms of internet. I don't know how it all works internationally, because every country does have kind of different rules about it.
Right. Which is weird, because a lot of the stuff that we are taking and making public domain over here is stuff that was written over there. Because isn't Peter Pan's even written over there, I believe. Isn't Winnie the Pooh was written over there, wasn't it? Feels like this is all English, all old English stuff that we've taken and kind of Americanized in a lot of cases, but in some cases not.
Right.
I mean,
I know.
Yet again, Sherlock is best done by the Brits.
There are scenarios.
Sorry, Robert Downey.
I can't think of specific scenarios, but there are scenarios where you could do a thing. You could do a public domain thing, but technically only be able to display or sell it here or in certain countries, but not other countries, because it would be a violation of the laws there.
Right.
So I know that is a thing. I don't know how often.
Which cuts you off from a global market, which is another reason why some studios wouldn't touch it, because they want to be able to get that global box office monies. So like Zatoichi movies, when is that going to be public domain?
I don't even know how it works with Japan. Japan is crazy with there was an interesting story not long ago where there's a blogger who got a bunch of prison time because he writes very spoiler filled synopsis or summaries of movies and stuff and anime shows.
Oh, really?
And TV shows. And apparently
we just call that Facebook.
Right. Well, apparently he writes it so close that they're like, infringement, and he got in big trouble. So like,
wow.
They're like, that infringes on the work. That's an adaptation of the work. And I've never read any of the guy's stuff, so I don't know like how close to the work it is or what you would consider. But like the notion of a spoiler filled summary, it's like, dude, that would take out so many. That would probably take out some of our reviews we've done in the past. That would take out so many YouTube channels and stuff. Like,
yeah.
But again, I've never read the guy's stuff, so I don't know how. But I know they have some pretty hardcore copyright laws over there. But I don't know what their version of public domain looks like at all. I am fascinated by the topic. I don't know how interesting of a discussion this is for people listening, but I've always been fascinated by public domain because, like, yeah, I think you don't want the creators to get screwed over, of course, but it does benefit society to be able for other people to come in and do reinterpretations and whatever, like the whole
without getting in trouble.
Yeah, the whole concept of it is good.
People do it all the time,
right?
But it's fanfic or whatever at that point,
right?
Which makes it, like that's one of those things where people were like, "How does Ready Player One get away with it?" Like, how are they able to? Yeah, how is Ernest Cline? Well, he's just commenting on things in pop culture. He's not necessarily saying that this thing is mine and it is a character in my universe, but also these things exist there. It's like, oh, it's a guy with a skin. It's basically like Fortnite in the movie, It's like,
right.
Oh, well, it's Fortnite. And that's not really John Cena. It just looks like John Cena. It's somebody playing and they look like John Cena only in the game.
Right. Well, then I've never watched the movie, but I know the movie.
You haven't?
But I'm pretty sure if you look at the movie, it's like, well, since most of our movie studios are consolidated under like 2 or 3 umbrellas, most of the IP you see in that movie specifically is owned by the company that made that movie.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
but in terms of like a book,
There's a whole
I'm
bunch
sure,
of stuff in there that never was in the book.
right.
Child
That's
Fly
what I
wasn't in the
assume.
book. Yeah. Chucky wasn't in the book. The Gremlins or
Right.
whatever other things you see in there, none of that was in the book. But there was a bunch of stuff that was in the book, and you're like, wow, they got the IP for that.
There's clever, and there's, of course, that's, you also get like fair use is such a like iffy thing. But parody, you can go pretty far with parody, really.
Spaceballs, yeah.
But I don't know, public domain and fair use, especially in the age of the internet, like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can do these things, but if you're going to try to be 100% legal, it's just not even worth touching any of it. It's just not worth
because
touching any of it.
they'll just send their lawyers after you, and they'll just bleed you dry. Just be jerks about it.
I used to get so frustrated. I still do a little bit, where it's like I always try to make a point to like do things above board. You know, I'm not out here making fan versions of things or whatever, or doing cover songs or anything like that.
Sure.
Or the radio stuff, you know, like,
yeah,
I'm very restricted to where I can release any of the radio stuff I do, because I want to make sure it's legal and I'm not like just pirating people's stuff. And then I'll just see people still just, even now, can still just do whatever. They just stream copyright music on their streams without any trouble somehow.
Sure. They'll just plug it into their podcast, or they'll just take a sound clip from a show. And even some of these big podcasts, I'm like,
right.
You can't do that.
And people, it catches up with some people, but even it still amazes me where it's like, man, this costs me time or money or whatever. And then like there's certain parts in that are still the Wild West. And I'm not complaining about it being the Wild West. It's just, let's go all Wild West or not, because I would rather be in the Wild West, but I've been trying to play it above board.
That's because we remember the Wild West.
Right.
You could get anything off the internet.
Right.
Nobody knew what was going on. It took you forever and a day to get it, but you could get anything.
To be honest, even like when I would make thumbnails for the podcast episodes that we used to put out, like technically that's still not really above board, is like the images I'd use for the podcast.
Oh, sure. Because sometimes you'd plug in like Absolute Batman in the middle of the
right, the cover art or the screenshot of the movie or something. But it's like that's an area where it's like that's still so Wild West that it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah,
everybody does that. But
well, I believe that's covered in fair use because you're reviewing an item. But I don't know. That is their trademark image, their promotional image. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I feel like especially the cover image would be of a comic or something would be fine. Comics mentioned. We talked about comics.
You did. I keep saying Absolute Batman. You heard me say it.
Yep.
I said it again.
I haven't read any Absolute Batman for a while.
Red Man.
You don't know what gets about
Absolute Red Man.
Absolute Red Man. Has there been a Red Man comic book? I feel like must have been.
I bet he's part of the Wu-Tang Clan in that universe. Retcon it. Make it happen.
There has been comic books created and written by Red Man.
That makes sense.
I knew there had to be something Red Man comics, because of course.
Was it DMC from Run DMC, he did comics too. Pretty sure that's why he was at Planet Comic Con that one year.
A lot of the Wu-Tang guys were all about the comics. A lot of them gave themselves nicknames based on Marvel characters.
Yeah, the RZA for sure. Like that dude's into movies and comics and all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, there's been Wu-Tang comics and stuff.
Of course, so glad we're talking about Wu-Tang Clan again. It's for the children,
but still comics. We should track down some Wu-Tang comics.
There we go.
I'll see if I can find anything. Maybe we'll do that.
Oh, and then we should see if we can find some Nick Cage comics because, you know, like he literally he named his son Kal-El or whatever. There's got to be some Nick Cage stuff out there. Dude's totally into comics. Superman in particular.
The first stuff that comes up, of course, is about his collection. So
sure. Then we can do a steel cage. We can do the steel cage match of Wu-Tang versus Nick Cage comics. I want a Nick Cage comic book now. It's just basically the unbearable weight of massive talent, but in comic form.
This is a pretty recent story. I mean, it's like 5 months old, but a rare copy of this is from BBC, by the way. No, it's not. I just got paywalled, and I ain't doing that.
Stupid paywalls. They're getting worse.
Yep. So Nick Cage had, of course, a rare copy of Action Comics #1 that apparently had got stolen from his collection in like 99. Yeah, 1999, a New Year's Eve party. So like 99, 2000. And it recently sold. That same copy floated around for 26 years or so, or 25 years, and recently got sold for $15 million. So interesting. Talking about comics and Nick Cage, all the best things.
Yep. Yeah. Podcast, now you know it's the Grawlix Nights.
Yep. That's right.
Betty Boop is a dog.
Well, why we both went back to Betty Boop Dog at the same time?
That's because my tab was still open. I was floating through my tabs. I was like, what's this? Oh, yeah. Betty Boop is a dog.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I was going to say Betty Boop Dog, Nicolas Cage, Absolute Batman.
See, we can keep ourselves on track. Is that
this has been a bit more focused episode than last week. Yeah. I haven't listened back to it, but we were all over the place last week.
We haven't even talked about a single thing that we've actually consumed.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that real quick.
let's do that quick. An hour in.
So what's something you've been watching, reading, listening to?
So I mean, the main thing is The Boys, right? And that's about ready to be. They're wrapping things up, whatnot. And you know, Daredevil 2, and then I want to watch Punisher, but I haven't yet, and I'm still like watching Dimension 20's new season and really enjoying it. But really the only other thing that I've done is I listened to James Franco read Slaughterhouse-5 by Kurt Vonnegut.
Right.
Which is super timely and definitely, I mean, but also kind of timely, like oddly, because you know it's like a story of war and whatnot, and just weirdness. So, we were talking before the stream about, because I was like, "Have you read it?" Because you know, it's like it's the kind of thing we would read for sure.
Yeah.
But I hadn't read it. I guess I thought I had read it because in my mind I was a Kurt Vonnegut guy, but it must have been Aldous Huxley that was in my brain, you know, like a Brave New World, that kind of thing. Right. And so I had not.
Yeah, and it is a little weird. We did have this conversation before we went live, and you were like, we should probably talk about this on the stream. It's like, oh yeah, Yeah, I have read it. I am not exactly a prolific reader, but that is a book I read and stuck with me quite a bit. I love that book. Um, and I was
It's not very long, right? Like
no,
it's a pretty quick read.
yeah,
It's really bizarre. It it tracks that it's something that we would both enjoy
yeah,
because it's essentially like how many unstuck in time Doctor Who things that we've reviewed on this very
yeah.
channel.
Right. It's got a weird time travel thing, but like in kind of a nebulous meta way. Like it's very
Yeah,
strange. Uh it's not well explained in like what's actually happening. It feels
right,
like if I remember right, it's like has this dude just like lost his mind or is this
right.
just an interesting narrative like device to go through his story, his life story a little bit? Um or is this is really his life, his future
Yeah,
is this. But yeah, I was telling you the reason I think I initially watched read it like when I was in high school is because I'd seen the movie, which is from 1972, and I feel like there's no way to really accurately adapt this to a movie
no,
form, but I should revisit that movie someday. I think the movie I recall the movie at least being intriguing and kind of fitting because it had that weird 1970s sci-fi sheen on it where everything the 60s had its own weirdness, but like the 70s, especially
oh
when you
yeah.
throw some sci-fi, just had a weird
Was it like
alien feel to it.
was it was it Omega Man, which was basically I Am Legend, and no
Yeah,
one has ever adapted I Am Legend really well.
right.
You know, like they always put their weird spin on it. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, Vincent Price and um they did an I Am Legend, I think.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But Charlton Heston, man, like he's just like the everyman, and then and then you gotta have the I don't know, the love interest or whatever. You gotta make it super 70s sexy and
It's 70s sexy.
just
That's what I was gonna say.
bizarre.
You gotta make it super sexy and hairy because that's the 70s.
Yeah, yeah,
Sexy, but
yeah.
also
That's I was like,
hairy.
what is this? Who is this for? You know?
Who is this for? Omega Man my favorite version is the Vincent Price one, Last Man on Earth. I feel like that one's
Yeah.
great. Omega Man is weird, but I love there's a scene where man, they must have shut down so many blocks of a city to be able to do this. There's a shot where he's in a convertible just hauling down the middle of a city street, like like tall buildings
Of
everywhere,
course.
and it's
Yeah.
abandoned, but there's cars and stuff. But like you could tell legitimately hauling because the wind is whipping his hair, and that always stuck with me. It's like that'd be so cool to be able to just haul down an empty city street. So cool.
Yeah.
That always stuck with me.
Yeah, no, they totally missed the point of the book.
Right. Right.
Or they didn't. I don't know. He definitely was the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then that other one with Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
The Will Smith one had nothing to do with it.
talking
I'm
about
like,
missing the point.
really, really, yeah.
It-
Like they tried to at the very, very end, to kind of give you that nod that maybe they're more intelligent, but like, no, there was like no intelligence to the monsters,
from what I
really. Like,
understand, is the original ending of the movie was closer to what it was supposed to be in the book, but it didn't test well with audiences. And
oh
it's
yeah,
like, yeah, but that's the whole point of the
yeah,
story. The the title I Am Legend is about that ending. Like that's the whole
yeah,
point of the story. If you were going to get scared and change it, why even greenlight it in the first place?
yeah.
Uh,
Why use that and literally use the title?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like at least the other ones didn't bother to use the
You're the
title.
one adaptation that used the title and you just didn't follow through. You didn't get it.
Everybody else like renamed it because they were going to change so much.
It is interesting though, like Last Man on Earth version is pretty strange because they're zombies, but also vampires. They're like considered like vampires, but they're more
Yeah.
like zombies. But I believe they're very similar to George Romero zombies, but it was pre George Romero.
That now I'm getting them mixed up. Which one is the one where they're like? I feel like that's the one I'm thinking of, where they're the most intelligent in The Last Man on Earth.
Last Man on Earth, they do talk, but their
Yeah.
behavior is very slow and zombie like.
Okay.
And I think they all kind of have the thing where there's some that seem more gone than others.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't think you'd ever get across the point of like, oh, no, they're just kind of like mutated us. Like there's still intelligence and emotion there.
Was it Omega Man then, where it was almost like it's the Brits?
Yeah,
like
Omega Man, they were just like weird people. They were just normal, but not quite normal. But I feel like they leaned more vampire to where, not monstrous vampire, but like they had to avoid the sun and stuff like that. Otherwise, they were clearly just trying to live their life.
Well, I think that was closest because, like, they were pretty intelligent in the short story. There's like at the end, they basically just lay it right out there, and they're like, "Yeah, no, you're the monster, man."
Yep. Slaughterhouse 5. That's
that's like Slaughterhouse 5.
I remember how we
how we left.
It was
left
the 70s.
Slaughterhouse 5 died.
Yeah, we
even
became
know.
on Stuck in Time, and that time was the 70s.
Right. And I kept wanting to think, like, how did they do the aliens? Like that's where I'm like, ooh, how do you adapt that? Because isn't like the Trafalmadorians, they're like a hand or something with an eyeball, or they're weird. They're weird like that. They're not like your typical idea of an alien.
This isn't going to do the listeners any good.
Wait. So it goes.
So I'm not sure if you see them. I'm not seeing screenshots of.
Oh, from the movie?
Yeah.
That's probably smart, because it's just like a green hand or something with an eyeball in the middle of it. But then how would they like look at him when he's in the zoo on Trafalmador, where he's just naked in a dome, a geohexic dome or whatever, geodesic dome? I don't know.
Well, he's in the movie. He's not naked, but they do have him in the dome. I'm not seeing any pictures, any screenshots from the movie of the aliens, though. So maybe they just like coyly don't show them.
Like they're just a voice or something.
Yeah. Huh. I'd have to revisit it sometime. That could be maybe a fun discussion if it's.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it would be streaming now. Probably
we do a Grawlix cinematic universe of I Am Legend and
Slaughterhouse
5.
So I Am Legend, though, the Will Smith one specifically.
Oh God. Oh man. Yeah, we just revisit really bad adaptations of things. That's a missed thing. That's a missed thing from the GCU run. Terrible adaptation universe.
Oh man. Yeah, movies that are just specifically bad adaptations of things.
So like Michael Crichton's Timeline movie with Paul Walker.
I don't know if I ever
just really bad at that. Huh?
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, no. But the book's great. And then I was like, it can't be that bad. And I watched it. I was like, whoa. People weren't wrong.
Looks like something you'd have to like buy to watch or whatever, or rent online. I don't know if it's
right.
Yeah, it's like Amazon Prime.
Yeah, some of these really old movies are pretty hard to find on streaming.
Yeah.
I think Fandango at Home has a lot that you can rent or buy, but other than that, it's either like free on something like Pluto or Tubi, or you have to buy it.
This seems like something that should be on Pluto or Tubi for sure. But
you'd think, yeah.
Apparently not.
I would expect to see most of those on there, like Omega Man should be on Tubi. You know, I mean, that's perfect for Tubi. Get on that, Tubi. If you don't have Omega Man, what are you even doing?
Whatever. It's free on Philo. I don't know what Philo.
I don't even know what that is.
PHILO. Yeah, I don't know that
some
one.
Trafalmadorian nonsense right there. So it goes.
Right. Last Man on Earth should be on everything, because speaking of public domain, you can.
Right.
And that's not even that old. I mean, it's 1964, but I think that's a case of, it's kind of like Night of the Living Dead. Somebody either opted not to, or they goofed when it came time to.
I'm pretty sure I watched it on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Like
that's on YouTube, Zumo Play, Tubi, Pluto, Plex, Roku, Amazon Prime, for free. Yeah, because that's
nice.
We can stream that on the YouTube channel and be fine.
Oh wow, yeah. I know I've watched public domain versions of 1984. I know I've watched those kinds of things. That's another one that they can. I don't know. Most adaptations of that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, basically it's just like him hiding out in a room, hoping not to get caught by Big Brother.
I think the laws have been changed to prevent this, but I kind of wish more companies would accidentally F up and just drop a whole movie in the public domain right away.
Right, yeah.
All it would take, because like Night of the Living Dead, all it took was, before their premiere or whatever, they needed to do a last minute edit. Like, I don't know if it was a censorship issue or something. So they did a last minute edit on something and forgot to splice back on the copyright, the notice or whatever. And that was it. That's all it took. And so they showed it and it was like, boom, public domain. You've released it into the public domain. And I feel like that's not a thing anymore.
That's too bad.
I mean, maybe it is. Everybody uploads everything that they make to these services with these ridiculous terms that nobody reads. So who knows?
So Skibbity Toilet might be public domain.
I don't know what Skibbity Toilet is.
Yeah, how is that the takeaway I got? I wonder. So Homestar Runner.
Skibbity Toilet. Where did those assets come from?
I don't know. I suppose from some kind of I would assume from some Humble Bundle whatever, where you
okay
probably license those assets just like you would for a video game or something. I'm just guessing
because I know
those are pretty decent assets that he's utilizing.
And for whatever reason, the face always made me think of Team Fortress 2 or whatever. And I know people will make a lot of
machinima. Yeah, it does. It looks like the Scout or whatever.
But
yeah,
you technically couldn't make a thing using those assets and then sell it commercially. Right. Not that Skibbity Toilet necessarily is, because that's just some TikTok junk. But
right.
Will there ever be a Skibbity Toilet movie? I know there was talks of it. That thing's
I wouldn't doubt
that's dead now, right? That's
no, you can get them in Walmart.
Oh, you can. Oh, okay. Well, they've got
buy Skibbity Toilets.
Then the rights are.
I have 2 of them in my classroom. I don't know a thing about it, but the kids they go, "Is that a Skibbity Toilet?" I'm like, yeah, it is. I don't know what it's doing up there. It's watching you.
Yes, it is, fellow children.
That's right, fellow kids.
Well, if you're a teacher, it makes sense though for you to try to be hip and connect with the kids.
Oh man,
you're not stupid.
Oh, speaking of being hip, Oh man, that bites you. So so in my school did this whole thing where you could the PTO, it's a PTO fundraiser where you can buy tattoos to tattoo a teacher.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And oh boy, no good deed goes unpunished. She popped her head. The president of the PTO pops her head in, and she's like, "I just want to apologize in advance. You got way more than anybody else."
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, is it physically possible for me to actually apply all of these temporary tattoos? And she's like, you might have to get pretty creative.
Wow.
And so I go to my mailbox to see how many there are, and they could buy like whole sleeves. There's these like really big ones that are like a whole sleeve. There's so like an arm length one. I have 3 of those. Someone bought 3 of those, and then I got like 27 little guys.
Wow.
So like if you think about the sleeves, that's a fairly good chunk of my arm.
Uh-huh.
At least the top of my arm, and then one leg, because it's 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to like put them all over the back of my arm. I'm probably gonna have to put some on my face. I might
Yep.
have to shave some of the cheek just to get myself a little bit more landscape. I could put some up here, but like I sweat enough that those are coming off. But it's like 27. Yeesh. A lot of them are like unicorns and stuff. So I have no shame. I mean, I'll do it.
You're gonna look real cool.
So
You're gonna look real
it's
hard.
gonna be
real
it's
tough.
gonna look ridiculous. And then my administrative assistant, so the gal that basically runs the office, she came out and she's like, what I want to do is on Monday when you all have sunburns, I want to get a picture of all of you. This is our staff. I was like, I'm gonna be a reverse Dalmatian. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'll have all these ridiculous spots that aren't sunburned, and then everything else that is. It's like, this is gonna be terrible.
That's funny.
So I don't know how I got on that, but yeah.
Nah, it's great. The 3
Yep.
sleeves. It's like I only have 2 arms. What are you
Yeah, like
doing?
come on, man.
That's
It's the
funny.
one day a year that I can wear shorts. I can wear shorts on in-service days. I can wear them on track and field days, and this is like a track and field day. So
Okay.
this is like one of the few times I can actually wear shorts, and I'm gonna have to like cover it in unicorns.
Pretty good.
So was one of the sleeves is like dolphins. So one of my legs is gonna be covered in dolphins.
So you got
Sheesh.
the most. That's nice though. That's fun. They're like, Mr. Kiefer, get him.
Yeah.
So does that mean
get
you're like the
him.
fun teacher
Oh,
though?
he's on the list. That's the one. I
So
guess.
the fun teacher or the
she's
target,
like,
I guess.
she's like, well, it's because they love you, and I'm like, it's a heavy burden. It's a heavy burden to bear. Well, yeah,
That's pretty good.
I guess there's worse things.
I expect to see pictures.
Oh yeah. There will. I'm sure there will be.
How long we been going?
Well, I think it's probably been amazing.
It has certainly been amazing.
It's kind of been amazing we've gone this long. We didn't really even have a topic. We barely talked about things we've watched.
Oh yeah, we didn't even. Honestly, the main thing that really jumped out to me about your Slaughterhouse 5 story is the fact that you listened to an audiobook and it was narrated by James Franco. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that on the stream. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah,
Just not so.
because he's just kind of nonplussed about the whole thing, just like kind of ambivalent, but kind of perfect because it was a Billy, what's his name?
Billy Pilgrim, right?
Billy Pilgrim, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like Billy Pilgrim, and he's just like, yeah, so it goes. He's just kind of like, so it goes. And I was like, the way he delivers that line is kind of perfect. So you're like, okay.
So I wonder if
Because
this
the
was.
Trafalmadorians, they don't get worked up about anything, not even death, because all time exists at the same time. Like everything exists all at once. So like death is just a really bad day. You know, it's just a really
Right.
just like a down moment, but it doesn't matter because you're also existing in this other better moment too. So it goes.
James Franco. I wonder, he was canceled. He wasn't hard canceled like some of them are. I mean, I think he kind of was, but not
Yeah.
as publicly, maybe. Like it kind of
Hard
like,
canceled enough that Seth Rogen isn't claiming him.
that's true. That's true. And I haven't seen him in anything since. So I wonder if this is pre-canceled or if
Right.
like audiobooks is where canceled celebrities go. Like,
It
no.
might be. I don't know. I was wondering that too. I didn't get that far. I didn't like dig into why is
Yeah.
James Franco reading Slaughterhouse-Five, but
It's interesting though. Yeah. It's interesting.
yeah. Well, and then I was like, who else is reading like Kurt Vonnegut stuff? And like Victor Bavine is one of them. So I was like, oh, there's other names that I recognize reading these Kurt Vonnegut's. And then there's that part of me that's like, you should just read these. But I do an awful lot of driving, you know, like I got
Sure.
at least an hour a day in a car. So
Yeah.
sometimes that's fun to hear. To hear James Franco talk about really weird and depressing alien / midlife crisis / is this guy crazy / he's in an adult store, but he wants to read this book written by a really bad science fiction author that is also an analog for Kurt Vonnegut, but not really because Kurt Vonnegut also plugs himself into the story.
You're right. That's interesting. Yeah. You just read it for the first time. I read it in high school. I bet it hits significantly more. I bet it hits different reading it in your
I
more
bet.
middle age.
I would recommend revisiting it because it
Yeah.
is like there's parts of it that are like prescient to this time, not only in my life, but just this time right now, because it's such a bizarre book that you'd be like, how's this ever going to relate to your life? Well, we're living in really bizarre times.
Yeah.
So it's actually like,
yeah.
well, Vonnegut was onto something there. some weird wisdom in some of his stuff.
That's good satire too, though. Like good satire can be about things at a specific time, but also like timeless.
Yeah. When it being kind of a period piece, but jumping around so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to revisit it, but only if canceled celebrity James Franco will read it.
It was a little tough to get into at the very beginning, but eventually he was like, oh, that's James Franco.
All right.
Now I need John Barrowman to read something. I don't know what. Fahrenheit 451. I need a John Barrowman version of that.
I bet he's done some. He seems like somebody who's done some audiobooks.
Oh, he would just read it in whatever accent he feels like putting on that day.
It'd be wildly.
Am I Scottish today?
Every
Am
session,
I American today?
You could tell every session it'd just be wild changes in accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't really been consuming much of a lot of note. Last day or two, I've been revisiting some Twin Peaks stuff just because.
Oh, sure.
And it's good. Twin Peaks is good.
Of course.
It's such a vibe, but then again, like all David Lynch stuff is such a vibe. But Twin Peaks, for as dark as it is at times, especially once you get into like the third season, the newer stuff, that's such stuff super dark. But like for the most part, it's such a pleasant vibe, especially the original series.
This is eating pie in a diner, man.
Right. Agent Cooper's he's the best character. He's so good.
Oh, for sure.
He's so positive without tipping into toxic positivity. He's entertainingly positive.
Yeah.
Anyway, It's amazing. Let's get out of here. We've gone for like an hour and 15. That's pretty good.
It's amazing. We hit all the hits tonight. We hit
did.
Boop as a dog. We hit Wu-Tang Clan. We talked about that. I don't even remember how.
Since I just happened to mention David Lynch, I'm gonna go watch some Twin Peaks on my effing telephone.
No,
on your effing phone. It's such a sadness.
Goodness.
We're gonna hit all the classics.
That's a sadness.
Dog Betty Boop. Yeah.
She's cat dancing through your public domain.
She's public domain. We could make her the new Grawlix logo. I'm gonna have to mock up.
So jowly, she'd fit right in there.
I'll mock up a slight like. It'll be the Grawlix G, but also Dog Betty Boop's face. I might have to see about making that happen.
Oh no.
All right. Thanks everybody for. Oh, do you have anything else to mention before we get out of here? Anything interesting coming up?
Nope. I'm just waiting for that school year to end.
I'm still doing radio stuff over on ontidyradio.com now instead of Helix. And Saturdays at noon, which is quite a change for Edge of the Abyss.
I bet, yeah.
I've been pre-recording because I cannot guarantee that I'll be awake and aware enough to do a stream on Saturday at noon. But noon Central Time on ontidyradio.com Saturdays, if you want to listen to some extreme metal. Start your weekend right with death metal and black metal and thrash. It's a good way.
And an abundance of Chinese food.
And the succulent Chinese meal. We got lots of it over here.
Sure do.
All right. Grawlixpodcast.com, GRAWLIX podcast.com. Bye, everybody. Thursdays.
Good night, everyone. They can't.